What is up, hooligans? Happy Freedom Friday. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you got a like button, please hit that like button. More likes, more hooligans. I don't know if you could tell, but my throat's all scratchy and my sinuses and everything suck right now. I don't know if I'm about to have a sinus cold infection thing or what the hell it's going to be, but it sucks and it makes my voice sound all nasally and I don't like it. Even more so, on top of my Michigander accent. Tis what 'tis. Let's see. Let's go, Brandon. Oh my god, are we going to have problems right off the rip? Well, these platforms were running. Okay, well, I guess we're going to have to hold on a second because I'm having technical issues, apparently, on top of the ones I thought I've already fixed. Okay, so give me a second. I hate this because it says everything's running on my end. Obviously it's not, so give me a second here. I don't know why everything has to suck all the time. Come on now. Where else isn't running? I wonder if Twitter's messed up. Damn it. Every time. Every day is like a new list of problems. I can't stand it. Okay, so I got Twitch fixed. And there goes Kick. And we're good on D Live. And Snook says it's all messed up on Odyssey. Jesus loves us. Should we just do Rumble in the website today? So we should just fuck everybody else? Because I'm so sick of trying to like jump through all these damn hoops when really Rumble and the website is what does most of the contribution around here. Let's see. Jeez, I'm so sick of this stupid shit. And the company that handles the multi-streaming crap that I pay $100 a month for, they're always blaming me. They're like, what browser do you use? Oh, I use Mozilla. And they're like, oh, but no, I'm not done yet. I use Brave, Mozilla, Chrome. I use Internet Explorer if I have to. And they're like, oh, well, it shouldn't be that then. Maybe your computer fucking sucks. Well, no, I don't think so. It's got 5,000 worth of shit in it. And I list all the parts and they're like, oh, your computer's better than mine. Okay, so what's up with the problems? They're like, I don't know, but it's your fault. Okay, so I guess Odyssey's fucked. It just is what it is. At least Rumble's running and the website's running. Of course, the website's always running. Anyways, we're going to read through the schedule really quick and then we're going to flip through all the chats since we've already checked on everything not running. Anyways, we're going to be starting off with a video titled Prostitution Ring Busted in Virginia After Multi-Year Investigation. That's a real mild title right there. There's public officials, there is military personnel, there's like a little bit of everybody. And they literally say that. They're like, pick a profession. Because anybody you select is probably involved in this. This is a huge like brothel ring going on. I doubt we'll actually get some real justice, but I was seeing it being spread all over Twitter yesterday, and I actually went and found some videos on it, and then Snook sent me a couple more videos on it, and I just picked the best one. Then we have a video titled, We Built This. Chicago residents create chaos at meeting over sanctuary city status. Blue team doesn't want to be a sanctuary city anymore. That's something. That's kind of something. Then we have a video titled, Dad calls the police for help, and they would rather try and arrest his 11-year-old daughter. I can't remember exactly where this is. I'll know when we get to it, but yeah. So we were covering not that long ago about how predators are contacting minors through the internet and befriending them and convincing them to provide either secrets or pictures or whatever it may be, but to confide in the stranger. And then as soon as the stranger has what they want, then they blackmail the minor, saying, hey, you're going to do what I ask, otherwise I'm going to expose all these truths you don't want anyone to know, and manipulate minors like that. Well, this dad was his daughter was a victim of that. Called the police. The police were like, all right, so we're going to arrest your kid. We're going to get into that in a moment. Then we have a video titled Peter Doocy, the president will not talk about this. Him and old man Walter had a little exchange yesterday. Then we're going to show a video about virtual reality. There's something called mixed reality, the new Oculus Rift or whatever it is. I don't think they call it the Oculus Rift anymore. I think it's the new Oculus headset is how they rephrase, or it is phrased. But they're doing mixed reality, which is really interesting. I wasn't sure if you guys were aware of that, so I thought we would cover it. And then I have some stuff here to unbox. Quite a few things. Donna Sparks sent me some stuff, and then I got my phone. So that was, well, that was something. I got a whole video, actually, about that. So we'll get to it. Just a second. I have to go clear my throat. I sound awful. Just give me a second. Hopefully you guys couldn't hear that because I almost blew a blood vessel in my eyeball. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be a hard one today. I can already tell. Anyways, what's up everyone over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up Annette? What's up Donna Sparks? Happy Freedom You Hooligans. What's up 10 Man? What's up Sam? What's up Cornish? Happy Freedom. Appreciate all of you guys being here. What's up Hair Juicer? Almost got a full house over here. Appreciate all of you guys being on the website. What's up everyone over on Rumble? What's up, Sly Dog? Sly Dog was first. Sly Dog was first today. Over on Rumble. He was quick. He was quick with it. What's up, Snooks? What's up, MU? What's up, Silver Wolf? Happy Freedom. What's up, Lifelike? What's up, J Rub? What's up, Let's Go Brandon? What's up, DCat? What's up, Nana? What's up, Joshy Cakes? Happy Freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being here. What's up, Shannon? What's up, Guess MJ? What's up, Old BR? What's up, Dudden? Happy Freedom. What's up, Kung Fu Grasshopper? Appreciate you guys being here. What's up, everyone over on D Live? Silverwolf. Oh, you're awesome, Silverwolf. You're everywhere. You're omnipresent. I appreciate you. Thank you. What is up, everyone over on Kick? Is this from today? How do I can't ever tell what's from today. Kung Fu Grasshopper, I'm going to assume that's from today. What's up, everyone over on Twitch? What's up, Tom Tom? What's up, Two Ruby Shoes? Happy Freedom, you hooligans. See, the bit rate is straightened out. I don't know why that service sucks so bad. They're super unreliable. I tell them that almost every day. What's up, everyone over on GoofTube? Let me get you this Rumble link really quick. If I could spell. Ciao. Go ahead, click that link. There's no need to support communism. Side Dog, you were first over on YouTube also. You're awesome. What's up, Proud Patriot Girly? What's up, JT3? What's up, Cheeky Chops? Yes, welcome back, Cheeky Chops. What's up, Gregory? What's up, 24/7? What's up, Be a Blessing? What's up, Damon Walker? Happy Freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being here. What's up, Tumbleweed? What's up, Robert? Proud Patriot Girl. Oh, we got FedEx in here. Better not. Better not. Actually, that FedEx guy, they must have gave me a new driver or something. That guy, I ain't never seen him before. He was a ginger, hard R, and he walked up, and I was in my car. Sat in the car 3 hours. Like, fuck you, okay? I'm getting that phone today. I hopped out the car as soon as he got in the parking lot. I think he got scared because he swerved a little bit. But I recorded the whole thing. I'm not gonna show you guys the recording of me approaching him and stuff because that was just for my own safety, just in case something bad happened. But I do have some fun stuff to show you guys later, and I want you guys to post in the memes place on Gilded, as well as the website, and then also post if you have any sightings of Where's Old Man Walter, because we're going to be showing that tomorrow for Free Speech Saturday. And I think tomorrow's Veterans Day also. Let's see, still reading through. Oh my God. FedEx driver. We have a problem. I don't have a problem, son. I don't have problems. I squash problems around here. Let's see, Dance with Peyton. Happy freedom. What's up, Salty Ragu? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Animated Adventures? What's up, Ohio Kyle? What's up, Sassafras? Happy freedom, Hooligans. What's up, Jerry? Jerry, what's going on with Rumble? I think Rumble's working. It was working. I mean, I'm right there on the screen. I don't know, Jerry. It's working for me. It's working for me. What's up, Dad? Happy freedom. What's up, little B? FedEx driver, yeah, I fixed him. You can get some J. Is that what it is? Get some J. He's the one receiving it, huh? You're just gonna call him out like that? All right, you silly hooligans. Looks like everything's going. Think we're good to go. Do you have your chapstick ready? It's about to begin. It's about that time. So we're gonna be starting off with this first video titled "Prostitution Ring Busted in Virginia After Multi-Year Investigation." Now this is a big deal, and I'm not gonna get my hopes up. I'll just be honest with you right now. I'm not gonna get my hopes up that they're actually gonna hold these people accountable. Maybe 2 or 3 of them, but highly doubt they're gonna bring down the whole ring. If anything, they're gonna join in and be a part of it. They're gonna be like, "Oh, you guys only got middle-aged women prostituting here? Maybe you should get down to the minors." You know, that's how they're gonna do it. They got politicians there. Just watch. This is some nonsense. Before we get into it, I want to remind you guys we got the new 2A shirts. 2A all day until I die. It's a bold statement letting people know you ain't foreign fitting your guns no matter what. It's kind of like saying come and take it. It's a little bit more bold than that, I think. But anyways, we got that. And if that's a little bit too bold for you, you can't go wrong with the Screaming Goat. Everybody loves the Screaming Goat. We got shirts, tank tops, zipper hoodies, pullover hoodies, coffee mugs, stickers. We got all that stuff, and you can check it out while you're watching this first video, because I will drop the link in the chat. Let's go ahead and get it started.
Federal officers busted a cross-country prostitution ring that operated in our own backyard. Federal officials charged 3 people with a sophisticated brothel ring that operated from locations in Northern Virginia. A report claims the ring used apartments in Fairfax and Tysons. Matt Gregory is live outside the Hanover Tysons apartment. Matt, we've learned many of the clients were pretty high profile.
Yeah, Allison, inside this 60-page affidavit, this indictment about the case, prosecutors allege that there were military personnel with security clearances as well as politicians. And how do they know that? Well, according to these documents, it says that the prostitution ring actually asked for what was the equivalent of a resume for their clients. This is a big case coming through, and with it happening in our backyard, we want to stay on top of it. So let's take you through what this 60-page indictment says. Now, yesterday, the Massachusetts acting U.S. attorney released the results of this multi-year investigation. He said that this started back in 2020. The sex ring began operating with locations outside of Boston and right here in Northern Virginia. It advertised online as a professional nude photo shoot service where clients could book appointments. But the DOJ says instead they were selling sex. According to the report, the conspirators used their network to persuade, induce, and entice women to go to Virginia and Massachusetts for prostitution. The DOJ said many of the victims were women of Asian descent. Now, clients would pay up to, ready for this, $600 an hour for sexual acts. The clients would meet at high-end apartments like Hanover Tysons and the Avalon Mosaic apartments. And some of the rents on these apartments, these are as high as $3,500 a month. The prostitution ring would arrange for women's airline travel and for transportation. Now, as a result of this investigation, police arrested 3 people. Han Lee, 41 of Cambridge, Massachusetts, James Lee, 68 of Torrance, California, and Junmyoung Lee, 30 of Dedham, Massachusetts. The acting U.S. attorney says in the charge of this case, he was saying the clients number in the hundreds.
They are doctors, they are lawyers, they're accountants, they're elected officials, They are executives at high-tech companies and pharmaceutical companies. They're military officers, government contractors, professors, scientists. Pick a profession, they're probably represented in this case.
Now, as to whether or not those clients will be revealed or charged, the U.S. attorney would not say. But if you're wondering, how are they able to secure leases at high-end apartments like this one right here in Tysons? Well, according to this affidavit, they had fraudulent bank statements as well as agreements that reached both here and, like I said, up to Boston. There's much more we have on this story on our website, WUSA9.com, and we're going to continue following the story as it develops and goes from investigation to criminal court cases. In Tyson's Corner, I'm Matt Gregory, WUSA 9.
Well, it's actually a really, really big deal. All these super corrupt people are participating in this, and like I was seeing people say in the chat, it's a lot like Epstein Island all over again. We'll see if we get a list of names. We see if we get actual arrests. So far, they've only arrested 3 people. They were just like, oh, there's hundreds of people involved. They've only arrested 3. Only arrested 3. What's up, Cassandra? Happy freedom. So, because you guys brought that up, you gave me a little reminder here. 21 hours ago, U.S. Senator Marsha Blackburn has filed a subpoena to obtain Jeffrey Epstein's flight log. Now, I don't know that she'll necessarily get it. I mean, she is a senator. Maybe she will. But she wants the people to know. She thinks it's necessary. And so, I'll see if I can find a video for tomorrow to talk on it and stuff. I know where a 4 or 5 minute video is, and I just don't have enough time to show it today, and it's not very entertaining. But they are inquiring about it, so we will see. Which will we get first? The flight log or all the participants in this giant brothel ring involving elected officials, attorneys, and so on and so forth, like they listed. They said pick a profession. It's probably being represented in the case because there's so many people involved and all of that corruption. It's no good. Well, we're going to read through the chat really quick, and then we're going to go ahead and move forward. This next one is titled, "We Built This. Chicago Residents Create Chaos at Meeting Over Sanctuary City Status." I think that's really entertaining. We'll get to it in just a moment. And you crack me up. Yeah, they only got 3 people out of it. And it's like, I don't know. You know, and then when they described what was happening, I mean, you heard them. The flights were handled. The transportation was handled. They were just being brought from all over. They were encouraged to come work at this place. You know what that sounds like? It sounds like Hunter Biden. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like when MTG was calling them out and was bringing it before Congress or whoever, showing pictures of him basically doing tax write-offs by transporting prostitutes around the country and stuff like it. It sounds real similar. So I'm sure we can imagine what elected officials are all a part of that brothel ring. We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure what you're trying to say, Kung Fu. What's up, Captain Seamus? Happy freedom. Guess MJ. Bill Clinton requested the pics only. That's all I needed. Instead, they'll just send him Hunter Biden's laptop. You hooligans are saying so much funny things that I just can't read out loud. Not till tomorrow, okay? Because tomorrow's Free Speech Saturday and there's no YouTube in the house tomorrow. We'll be fine. Garth Brooks, she'll get Clintoned. She might. She's a senator. I mean, she was less than a senator, I'd be like, absolutely. But with her being a senator, it's like a 50-50. She's got like a 50-50. Snooks, what you said is serious, but I could turn it and make it really funny. We could throw it, that's what she said on there. It would change the direction of what you're saying. I've never heard of Senator Blackburn until I came across that article. Kung Fu, if you're under 10 minutes, do you still have to pay for the full 10 minutes? $600 hairs an hour. They were going from prostitutes to millionaires. They were trying. Got busted too quick. What's up, Christy Starr? Happy freedom. What kind of service are you getting for $600? I want clean laundry. I want a full, like, 10-course meal. I want chocolates on the pillow. I mean, $600? That's a lot. That's a lot. I've been getting it free this whole time. I didn't realize. Poor ladies out there. DCAT. It'll be just like the Epstein files. They'll never serve any consequences for any of this. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they got those 3 arrests. They'll probably give them probation or something silly like that. Maybe house arrest. I don't know. Probably not house arrest. Maybe some community service or something, although they're already elected officials. Probably something like that. And they'll be like, yeah, justice was served. And then they'll just open up the prostitution ring somewhere else. Goodness, Snooks. Out there flipping that chapstick. Considering it's Freedom Friday, okay? You can do the thing. There's nothing wrong with doing the thing. DCAT, it's the great fortune cookie. You know what's really funny about that? I get the shittiest fortunes in my fortune cookies. I love eating Chinese food. And Klaus is a little scared, but I love it. I love to go eat Chinese food. I love making Chinese food, although it takes a lot of effort. But every time we get to the end and I'm all full, I've been eating sushi and crab rangoons and all that stuff, and we all crack our fortune cookies open, and mine always says something along the lines of, keep trying, bud. Like, for years. It's been that way for years. Like, everybody's cracking their cookies. Oh, something bright for you is around the corner. Oh, keep your eyes open. Something good's going to happen this month. Blah, 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 blah. And I open mine, and they're like, you know, if you actually put some effort in, you'd get somewhere, you bastard. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not tipping anybody now. I always leave in a bad mood, and it's the fortune cookie's fault. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. I'm not messing with them. It's nonsense. And now they got like gambling barcodes on the back. I'm like, you guys commercialized it too much. Like, it's not even fun having fortune cookies anymore. Just ruined it. Kung Fu Grasshopper, my numbers never win the lottery. I'll never know what to do with those numbers. Lucky numbers. What am I going to do with that? Slide Dog, $600. They don't talk the whole time. Is that what it is? You're just paying for silence. Mr. B knew my fortunes are just lottery numbers. See, and I don't get anything good out of that. It's just, I don't know. It's trash. Kung Fu Grasshopper, some guy in China sneaking in fortune cookies to mess with you. I swear to God, like, sometimes I'll open fortune cookies and they won't even have a fortune inside. I'm just eating stale cookie. Like, that's the treat. There is no fortune inside. Or there's been a couple times where I open it and it's either blank or it's torn in half. I am yes, guess some Jay, they are misfortune cookies. It's just, I don't know. Jeb, you don't believe in luck? Well, the Bible says you're not supposed to. That all your strength is to come from God. So if you play karma or you play luck or anything, you're technically not believing in God anymore. I didn't realize it was that serious until I became a chaplain. And I've told you guys this story a million times. My boss walked out. He had to leave early. Had to leave the workday early because I worked where I became a chaplain. I worked in the daytime, and then I was the director of tech, basically, for the whole country of chaplains, all the chaplains in America. And in the daytime, he was leaving. He had to redig his well. Something happened. His well took a shit. In the middle of the day, the guy that was coming to dig the well or whatever showed up at the house early. So they called the shop. He comes running back. He's like, hey, I have to leave. Got to go to the house to do the well and whatever. You're going to be all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. He was walking out. I was like, hey, good luck with the well. And he turned around with the shittiest look on his face. And he was like, I don't need luck. I have God. And you should know that. And then slammed the door and walked out. And I was like, geez, such a bastard. I'm just a terrible person. Wishing people luck and stuff. Yeah, that's me. What's up, Christina? Happy freedom. Cheeky Chops, you could definitely bring a plate over. See, we need to make some Chinese food when we start doing cooking with hooligans. I have big plans for that. What's up, King of Dorks? Happy freedom. You guys need to all go over to Rumble. I feel like you guys don't watch anymore, but it's just because I don't hang out on YouTube. What's up, Adrian? Happy freedom. Truth driven. I don't think I could say that out loud, but I mean, that's not worth $600, I'll say. Just saying. Tin Man. No, I haven't seen that yet. But I will check it out after the live. I should have checked it out earlier. I was staked out waiting for FedEx drivers to show up on the property. High Plains Drifter, karma is the religion of a feeble mind. I used to try and explain to people who were experiencing disaster, and I would try and, explain to them, like, although you feel alone, you're not alone. Like, God always loves you, and we are all his favorites, and, say all this stuff to them. And they would have a hard time believing in that. I was like, but you believe in karma, right? You believe in what goes around comes around, right? You believe in treating others the way you want to be treated, right? And they're all like, yeah. I mean, that's like an American thing. It's like all Americans are like, yeah, that's a thing. Okay, well, that's all in the Bible. It's just phrased differently. But the rules of the game are the same. It's just phrased differently. Almost all religions or all things that people practice, at least here in America, is actually a part of the Bible. They just call it something else to flower it up. And then the devil's side of things is the same exact way. It's not called pagan and all this stuff. They're like, oh, let me get my crystals and align my chakra, blah, blah. That's witchcraft. That's witchcraft. And if you told them that and they believed it, they wouldn't want no part of it. But as long as it's all flashy and cool and it's on Instagram, you're posting half-naked pictures with your crystals next to you, everybody's like, yeah, I need to get some crystals and get my chakra aligned. Like, you don't need that shit. That's witchcraft. But they don't know any different. Doesn't make it right. It's just the way things are. So we're going to move forward. This next one is titled, We Built This. Chicago residents create chaos at meeting over sanctuary city status. Chicago doesn't want the border crossers anymore. Well, that's weird. I want to say these assholes were protesting because they wanted to provide for these illegal border crossers. Change of tune. Let's go.
Staying on illegal immigration, but moving over to Chicago. The city council there will meet again today after chaos erupted earlier this week when residents spoke out against Chicago's sanctuary city status.
Simple question. Do you, as a resident of Chicago, believe that we should remain a sanctuary city? It's a simple
If I have to ask you again to cease and desist with noise, I will have you removed from this chamber.
Yeah, things got so heated, the meeting was eventually shut down. Anthony Napolitano is the Chicago alderman you just saw in that clip, and he joins me now. Alderman Napolitano, that is not something you see every day at a city council meeting. Those residents, they were mostly African-American, clearly wanted to be heard. So what were they saying?
Well, I just think our residents of the city of Chicago are pretty fed up. You know, when we became a sanctuary city, we did it as a political pandering move, but we never asked our residents what they wanted to do and if they wanted to be a part of this. And they're coming out in the mass numbers to say that they don't want to be a sanctuary city anymore. They want this referendum to be put on the next ballot to decide, as residents of the city of Chicago, the taxpaying residents of the city of Chicago, that they don't want to be a sanctuary city anymore. It's destroying our city. They're upset. They're very upset.
And one of the reasons they're upset, if I understand this correctly, is that there is going to be a referendum, a vote on whether or not Chicago should be a sanctuary city. And there's one alderman that's trying to shut that down. So tell us about that.
Yeah, there's more than one alderman. There's a group of aldermen trying to shut it down.
Wow.
They're trying to actually put other referendums on the ballot, such as should we bring flood mitigation into the city of Chicago because we dealt with major flooding over the years. We've been flooding since I've been here since 1975 in the same house my family's been. We've been flooding ever since then. This shouldn't even be a referendum question. This should be something that council just does. They're looking for any reason possible not to put this on the ballot because they want more migrants in. They want more voters to come in that they could turn. They want to try to pull federal money that they can put towards their non-for-profit organizations that they say are helping these migrants, and they're not. It's a scam. Yeah. It's an absolute scam.
Absolutely. And just like New York, Chicago has a huge problem on its hands. We've seen the footage. Thousands of illegal immigrants sleeping inside the airport and police stations as well, all waiting for housing, and that housing comes in the form of these field houses and parks being taken over, so then kids in Chicago can't play. How much is Chicago spending on the influx of illegal immigrants that are coming into the city?
Right now, we're spending to a tune of about $40 million a month, and that's Chicago taxpayer dollars. You know, we keep saying the federal government's going to step in and the state's going to come in and help us, and no one's helped us. Chicago is footing the bill for the entire state, and we're a sanctuary state, too, and that's the biggest fear here, that if we put this referendum out and the city of Chicago says they don't want to be a sanctuary city anymore, that the state's going to have to act, too, and the state doesn't want to do that. They're pushing aldermen not to vote for this. $40 to $41 million a month we're spending on this that we could be spending on our own neighbors, our own neighborhoods, and our own residents, and we're not doing it.
Yes,
and the end result is there's not even going to be somewhere for them to stay when it's over. This is all supposed to be temporary.
And clearly, residents have woken up to this and said that because Chicago is a sanctuary city, they think that that is a driving force that is bringing more illegal immigrants into the city, and it's costing more money. Really quickly, we do have to leave it here, but before we let you go, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think this vote is going to take place?
I think that the people are coming out in the masses. They're showing that for electeds that they're going to have to answer to the people. That's what I was here to do. I'm hoping they step up and do the same thing.
Well, you're having another meeting on this tonight, so we'll see if it gets as heated as Tuesdays, because, boy, that was something to see. Alderman Napolitano, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
I'm Steve Ducey. I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And
Well, blue team doesn't want to do blue team stuff anymore. Imagine that. Imagine that. They cry and bitch and piss and moan and protest because they want those border crossers to come here. Those poor people, they deserve to have some of this American pie for free, says those screaming, crying protesters. And now they're there. And now you can't afford anything, and you don't have any resources, and you got people sleeping on the sidewalk and sleeping in airports and sleeping inside police stations, committing crime and being unknown, just lurking around doing things. You can't even call police on them. What are you going to say? You going to say their skin color? Because that's going to go real far. Now they don't want it. They don't want, well, it's too bad. It's too bad. And I think it's hilarious that guy's like, well, it's supposed to be temporary. Oh, really? What's supposed to happen? What's supposed to happen? So when the time limit passes, what was going to happen? What makes it temporary? I haven't heard anybody say it was supposed to be temporary. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. That's what that says to me. You have all those border crossers there and more coming every day. But it's supposed to be temporary. Where the hell are they supposed to go when the temporary time limit ends? They're just going to go back home? Then what was the point of being here if they just have to go back home? Was sanctuary just supposed to be for a little bit? Like a sleepover. They were just going to come over and sleep over here in America for a little while. Just a couple weekends. Then they're going to go back home. It was going to be fine. Like, what the hell is that guy talking about? I can't remember if he said $40 million a week or a month, but I know it's too much. Taxpayers shouldn't be paying for any of that stuff. We didn't sign up for that. We didn't want that. I don't know anybody that wants the border wide open. I don't know anybody that wants to pay somebody else's bills. Who signed up for that? I don't know. I'm glad I don't live in Chicago. Because I already said, well, we keep expecting help from the federal government, but it's not coming. Because you fell for it. That's why. Federal government said they want to let a whole bunch of border crossers in, a bunch of strangers come into the country, invade us. And you assholes signed up and was like, we're going to be the destination. Well, roll over. Lay in your bed, you made, you bastard. Like, you're kidding what you signed up for. Don't be mad now. Don't be mad now. They were like, you know what Chicago needs? You know, we got all these gun laws and drug laws and everybody's on drugs and shooting each other. We should bring a whole shit ton of strangers into town. That will fix everything. People who have no identity here. People who don't have a social security number. The government doesn't know who they are. Let's bring them to this city. That'll fix everything. Like, what a bunch of idiots. Whoever orchestrated that, they knew what they were doing. And the people on TV, they're just befuddled. Just, They don't know anything. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. We're going to read through the chat really quick before moving forward. This next one is a doozy. Dad calls the police to help, calls the police for help, and they would rather try and arrest his 11-year-old daughter instead. We're going to cover that in just a moment. Cornish, my wife was walking around the house waving smoldering bundle of something. I had to explain it was witchcraft. Yeah, and that's the thing. They make all that witchcraft so trendy to females. Like, they don't make anything for dudes. Caskets. That's about all dudes got. Tools, caskets. They don't make anything for dudes. We're just here to be used as a tool and then disposed of like a candy wrapper. That's all we're here for. But women, they want them participating in all witchcraft. They want them to hate their own body. They want them to put 300 pounds of makeup on their face that are made of all kinds of chemicals and stuff. Give your face cancer. Let's just pile that on. Oh yeah, you know what else is cool? Let's practice some witchcraft. Let's go and get some chakra crystals. Let's go and get some sage. You're a bad bitch if you're out here doing that. Post some videos on TikTok. Show everyone how great you are. And really, you're participating in witchcraft. You don't know it because the TV sold it to you. And it's really unfortunate, and it's heartbreaking when you have to explain to them that it's witchcraft. They don't want to believe you. They don't want to, they want to deny it because they've made it a part of their identity because TikTok told them to. And I mean, not all, obviously not all women, but that's how it's being commercialized, and it's messed up. Now, you could change it because now that you've made it a part of your identity, participating in that activity makes you feel good about yourself. Now that you found out that it's witchcraft, now you feel bad and you're like, well, I made that a part of my identity. Burn incense. When you smell things that smell good, you psychologically feel better. Like when I'm sick, I put on lotion or cologne or something because smelling good will just naturally bring your body to ease. So light some incense. You still get the smoke in the air. You still feel like you're doing something, but you're not idolizing it. You're just participating in an activity that you've already made a part of your identity, but you're no longer participating in witchcraft. And it's simple little things like that you can do to straighten your life out without sacrificing your own happiness. You have to trick yourself psychologically. Make yourself better without knowing that you're doing it. It makes it less difficult on your conscious mind, and you're still directing your life in the path it should be. At least that's my opinion on it. Let's see. Just reading through Hair Juicer, just the thought of burning sage made me throw up. I've never even actually experienced burning sage. I know what it is. I've seen videos and stuff, but I've never seen it in real life. I wouldn't allow someone to do that around me. I mean, if they're in their own house, I'm not gonna tell somebody what to do in their own house, but I'm gonna leave the house. Same thing when you hear people saying like, "Oh, I need a priest to come clean my house because I got ghosts and demons in there and stuff." If you can't do it yourself, you really don't need somebody else to do it. Because if you don't love God like that and you have somebody come in there and kick those demons in the ass, you're gonna have a hard time. They'll leave. The people who cleanse your house will leave, and you will be attacked like you've never seen before because you don't have the love of God in you. You have hardened your heart, so you don't hear from God, and so there's nothing really protecting you. He's there. He's waiting for you to turn around and love him back. But until then, don't be trying to cleanse your house. You got to get right with God first. Sam, third world people turning. Whoa, the chat just moved. Turning the USA into a third world country. Yeah. That's what's happening. Who was it yesterday? Somewhere last night. I keep wanting to say Portugal. I don't think that's what it is. Somewhere last night, the people had enough and they started rioting. Somewhere in a foreign country, and it has to do with what's going on in Chicago, what's going on in New York, the same kind of thing. Open borders, people coming in, strangers taking over, and the people have had enough. They were burning shit down last night. Now, if that was in America, we would have went live. But they were going ham. And I retweeted it. If you're not following me on Twitter, you should. But I retweeted it and was like, so where do you think it's going to happen here first? Do you think it'll be Chicago? Do you think it'll be New York? Or do you think it'll be somewhere else? Because it could be on the southern border. It could be in Arizona. It could be in California. It could be in Oregon. It could be in any of these places where all the border crossers are all gathering in large numbers. Or the cartel comes to visit regularly. Any of those locations are going to be the first ones to pop off first. I think they're going to wait till next year because it'll be election season, and they love to have America burn for election season because then we need a hero to come save us. And so I expect the fires to start, sometime in a few months. But Cassandra of Spain, thank you. Yeah. They were on fire last night. People were pissed. Cassandra, I feel like that stuff invites bad spirits in your life. I believe it does. I think if you idolize things, or you think you are reaching a higher power than yourself, and you're not talking to God, you are absolutely inviting bad stuff in. That's what I mean. Like, light an incense. You want to be entertained by smoke in the house. You want to smell good. You want to feel like you're doing something in a day. Light an incense. Right? You're not praying to anybody. You're not cleansing the house of evil. You know, you're not playing the game. Like I always tell you guys, I don't swim in the water because I don't want to be eaten by sharks. I don't want to fall out of the sky so I don't get into planes. Okay? I don't go chasing UFOs because I don't want to be abducted or fingered by the government. And so it's the same kind of game. You don't want to have bad stuff spiritually in your life. Don't play the game. Don't go and screw with stuff. Don't stick your screwdriver in the TV if you're not looking to get electrocuted. Easiest way not to be electrocuted, keep your screwdriver out of the TV. Like, it's, real simple stuff. But I believe the same thing. You go looking for trouble, you'll find it. You will find it. It's always there waiting for you. Let's see. And lavender oil is nice to rub on your temples when you have a headache. I get men's lotion from Bath and Body, so it smells like cologne, but you don't smell like a French hooker. You spray cologne and then you're like overwhelming everyone in the car. I have lotion, so it's a lot more mild. But I'll put that on, and then like a long sleeve shirt and sweatpants when I'm feeling sick, just to try and keep me like balanced, because I don't want to be miserable. Cassandra, Ireland's going through something similar. That's what I was saying about the whole Speaker of the House thing. When they pulled McCarthy out of the chair, a lot of people were bent out of shape. But the reality of it is our government's our government. Ireland's government's their government. Britain's government's their government. But you notice that all of us are going through the same shit? Our governments aren't deciding what happens in another country. Ours does. They decide what happens all over the world. But each government claims to be doing their own thing, walking their own walk. But if you look at the people of any country, it's like we're all going through the same stuff. We got border crossers coming in. We got mandates that nobody wants to follow. The government's trying to make us believe things that just aren't happening, like the economy's doing well and we're all just a bunch of ungrateful, lazy bastards and stuff like that. And I think it's really weird that we don't have a one world government, but the whole world's on fire right now. And it's like, I don't know. This is all orchestrated for sure. Just reading through. DCAT, do you know why French hookers smell so good? It's to cover the smell of the streets, because Paris stinks to high heaven. It's a great big urinal. I've heard that so many times, that Paris just smells like pee. That the streets just smell like pee. And that is not great. I wouldn't want to be there. I've been at friends' house where it smells like cat piss and stuff. And then you just sit there and it's like, y'all don't know that it smells like that in here? Like, because I don't like that. I don't want to hang out there. Let alone go to a whole, like a city or a country that smells like that. It's like, that's not good. That's not good. I heard it's like that in Italy too. That if you pull up to like where the ship's dock, there was my boss actually at the road repair place I was working. He was in the Navy, and when they would go dock to Italy, they put their sewage right into the ocean. Like whatever's right near the import right there, that city just pushes all the pee and poop out into the ocean, and that's where you dock. So I guess when you pull up, it smells terrible. But what's even worse is there's people all along the edge there who are fishing in the ocean right where the output is for all the sewage in town. So they're just catching poop fish and stuff, and then they're selling it in the market. And I don't know. Things might be a little different now. He was telling me this story 5 years ago or so, and then that's him referencing a story from like 20 years ago. So it may be different now, but I've heard some questionable things, and well, I'm not allowed to leave the country, really. It's not that I can't leave the country. No other country will let me go there, so there's not a point in me leaving the country. So haven't seen it with my own eyes, but just take it for what you will. I play Drifter. Turning the freaking frogs gay. I'm saying. What is finless? Oh, I thought I seen two of you guys say that at the same time. I'm like, what is that? Southern Mo, why is your messages doubled? I don't know. Normally I don't see that, but I did see it for a couple times. Your last message didn't double up. What's up, Queen Bravo? Happy Freedom. What's up, Tom Tom? Tom Tom, I'm trying to figure out what bathroom to use. Where do I take a she-it? You guys crack me up. I'm surprised I'm not banned on TikTok because I've been just commenting under all the softies videos. I scroll through and it's like every other video is some soft and stupid person. And I just get in there. I'm like, have you turned your wiener inside out yet? It's like, you've been banned or you've been blocked from this live. I'm like, oh, okay. There was a woman on there who was breastfeeding and then would pull the child away to expose her naked breast to the live to get some views and some donations. I was like, what are you gonna do when people aren't watching this anymore? You gonna just sell the baby to make money? And she was like, you're a terrible person. I'm the terrible person? I don't pull my tits out on the live, okay? I have to actually serve a purpose. Definitely not exploiting my newborn baby to get likes and shit. It's like, you've been blocked from this live. I was like, ah, oh, okay. Okay. What's up, Brenda? Appreciate you being here. I'm going to cover this video in just a second. Christina, you're on Rumble, Getter, and Truth Social. Well, you should follow me. I'm on all those platforms, too. Cornish, be right back. I'm about to conjure up a Taco Bell demon. Well, maybe I'll get some Taco Bell today. I need some Diablo. That's what I should have did before the live. You know what? Hold on a second. We need some Diablo in our life. I'll be right back. Alright, we gotta take a shot at Diablo. Maybe it'll make my voice better. I mean, it'll make me sound like crap for a minute. Spoiler alert. You can't read it, but that's what it says. I promise. I promise that's what it says. Let's put this there. Cheers, hooligans. Just like that. Whew. So this next one's titled, whew, eyes are watering. Dad calls the police for help and they would rather arrest his 11-year-old daughter. Now this would piss me off. I think it would piss any parent off. We were talking about a week ago, or maybe it was probably longer than that. We covered a story where they were talking about how predators are targeting minors to coerce them to provide either their secrets or pictures of themselves or videos of themselves. And then once the stranger, the predator, obtains this, whatever they desire from this minor, once they have it, they use it to blackmail the minor to coerce them to keep doing bad things. And when you're a child, as you know, you can remember being a kid, you do something bad. Last thing you want to do is tell mom and dad, like, hey, I need help because I went and got myself in trouble. So then they keep digging this hole in secrecy and nobody knows it. And that's a terrible thing that's happening. Child predators using social media to be cyber criminals. It's just, it's so messed up. Anyways, this says a dad calls the police to report that his 11-year-old daughter was manipulated into sending CSE, which I don't know what that stands for, but I can imagine what it is. And it says sending it to a predator, and the cops show up to arrest her for creating it.
Kid. It's good that you say that.
Sprite's good, especially that Jolly Sprite.
Oh, you know, I lied to you. Did you ever see that Sprite challenge? They drink a bottle of Sprite and try not to burp.
Oh, yeah.
Hi.
Hi, yeah, she's in bed now. It's too late now, she's already asleep.
Well, it still happened though, right?
Yeah. I just, the whole point, I just wanted you guys to come over and talk to her. I mean, I just wanted her to realize what this was. I mean, in reality, there's not much you guys probably can do about it, is there?
I mean, she could probably get charged with child porn.
Who, she can?
Mm-hmm.
She's 11 years old.
She's creating it, right?
She's 11 years old.
Doesn't matter. She's still making porn.
No, she's not. She's being manipulated by a grown-ass adult on the
Is she
internet.
taking pictures though?
You guys have a nice evening.
Okay.
Thank you for coming. Are you serious? Have a nice evening.
Okay, so that's the end of the video. I don't know if you guys could read the captions. They were trying to make it more clear what the dad was saying. But he called the police at 6 o'clock because that's when he figured out what happened, or at least, you know, that's what I have put together. Finds out that his daughter's being targeted by a predator, that he's coercing her to provide images or video or some sort of content, some sort of media to the predator. And she did, and the dad found out. Dad's like, we gotta call the police. You're being coerced by a predator. Calls the police. Police show up 6 hours later to say that your daughter's creating inappropriate media and that she's going to be arrested even though she's 11 years old. And they tried to get him. He was the wrong phrase away from watching his 11-year-old be arrested. They said, she created it, right? She took the pictures, right? And if he would have said yes, that's a crime. That's admitting to a crime. They would have used his testimony to prosecute an 11-year-old who's being targeted by predators. What a bunch of bastards. Like, I'd be so pissed. I would be so pissed. So, they did come out with an apology. Let me see if I can duplicate this because I need it to be big enough for me to read it. Me and my bad eyes over here. But I want you guys to be able to see it. Okay. This is the apology. Statement from the chief of police. This is Columbus, I assume, Ohio. I don't know, wherever Columbus is. But it says, my expectation is that our officers treat every victim of... Oh, I just clicked the wrong thing. Victim of crime with compassion, decency, and dignity. What I saw in that video did not reflect that, which is why we referred this case to the Inspector General. I want to make it clear that this incident does not reflect the division as a whole. Our officers do outstanding work to bring comfort and justice to victims every day. As soon as we learned of this incident, we immediately reached out to the father to apologize and to assure him that this matter would be fully investigated. Both the actions of this officer and, more importantly, any crime committed against his child. As I have said from the very first day on the job, when our officers do the right thing, we will have their back. When they don't, we will hold them accountable. Chief Elaine Bryant, Columbus Division of Police. Well, I hope they do hold those officers accountable because that is not right. That's not right. That child was a victim. And you want to come out here and act like Gestapo, you're lucky you didn't catch these hands because that's messed up. I can't imagine how that father would be feeling to be in the situation to hold back and be like, okay, we're not going to go hunt down the predator. We're going to do the right thing and we're going to call the police. And then they show up and act like that. He should sue the police department. That's what he should do. He should sue them and then go after the predator. And I don't know. It breaks my soul to see that. Like, there's so much corruption out there, and to know that things like this are happening on a small scale, that this isn't in the news. I just showed that from Twitter. It was just on Twitter. It's not like it's breaking news. The White House isn't going to talk about this, and this stuff is probably happening multiple times, or multiple people every day, and nobody knows it. Nobody even knows that it's happening. And then the police show up and they go, we're going to arrest your kid because they're making inappropriate content on the internet, and that's a federal crime. Well, an 11-year-old doesn't understand how the law works. It's not okay that they're making that content, but it's also not okay that they're being victimized by adults. Like, it's terrible. It's terrible. So we're going to read through the chat really quick before moving forward. We have, this next one is Peter Ducey. The president will not talk about this. Old man Walter and Peter Ducey getting into it. Let's see. Cassandra Brooks Shields came out and I don't think I could say that out loud. In a adult magazine at 14 years old. It's messed up. Oh, in the 70s. In the 70s, I believe, is when the adult magazine with bunny ears had the underage magazine. That's messed up. I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know they did that stuff. I mean, I wasn't around in the 70s, but I never even heard that they were doing that. What's up, Livid Review? Happy freedom. Hair juicer, didn't Brooke Shields just have a stroke from drinking too much water? What? I didn't know that was a thing. I'm pretty sure I'm immune to that because I drink a whole ton of water. A ton of it. Just reading through. Tam Tam, our cops in LC, I don't know where LC is, are the best. I'm just finishing a 12-week Citizens Academy with our PD. It is rare, but I am grateful for our small town force. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, not all cops are bastards, but they're definitely out there. There's bad people everywhere. What's up, RK? Happy Freedom. What's up, Dance Master? Joe, they want parents to go pedo hunting. If the police don't do it, we have to. Yeah, and then the police will show up and arrest everybody after it's all said and done. I don't know. The more of this kind of stuff that's happening, the more clever citizens are going to get. There's going to be people disappearing, and they're not going to be found because there's lots of opportunity out here to perfect that skill because nobody's coming to save us. Like, if you haven't figured that out, nobody's coming to save us. And that worries me about the vigilante justice. And I've been saying that for a year, but now we're starting to see it. We're starting to see people, like there was a guy, where was it? In Panama or something like that? Panama City? Their road was being blocked by silly protesters, and he went out there and shot 2 of them. He went out there like he was helping them move a picnic table. He just walked out, he was like, yeah, blah, 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 you need to move this stuff. And they were like, nah, we ain't moving nothing. And he was like, yeah, but you really should. And they were like, nah. And he was like, okay, well, I really think you guys should move it. They were like, oh my God. He was like, what? And gave him another one. I was like, well, I'm not saying that's right, but that's what happens. That's what happens. We ain't got nobody sticking up for us. Well, people are just going to get creative. And that's what's going to happen. Especially you start hurting kids, people are hurting kids and the police don't show up to do anything. The government's not going to do anything about it. I don't know. People are going to be good at digging holes. I know that. Of course, I don't want bad things to happen to people, but people are people. And people are going to protect their kids. What's up, Tam Tam? Happy Freedom. Kevin, I'd be in jail. Yeah. Me too. Especially after the officer interaction. There wouldn't be time for the police chief to contact me to apologize. Phone starts ringing. You're like, oh, I have to call him back. And you're sitting there, you're all blacked out, got the binoculars out. You're up in the tree outside of the predator's house. You're like, well, I have to call the cop back in a second. I'm busy right now. It's no good. It's no good. Get some J, know the law before you call. Absolutely. Absolutely. Don't even talk to a cop if you don't know how the laws work. Because their job is to catch you slipping and saying the wrong thing. That's why they like to talk to you. Because even if you just see a cop on the street, right? You're standing in line at Wesco and you got coffee in your hand. You're like, hey, what's up, officer? And he's like, hey, what are you up to? And you just start talking. Next thing you know, he's like, yeah, hey, come here. I want to talk to you for a second. You're like, oh, all right. They're like, I'm going to need you to put your hands behind your back. And they say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you don't have one, you can't afford one, one will be appointed to you. So on and so forth. Put you in the back of the police car. And you don't get to drink your coffee. So, yeah, don't talk to cops if you don't know what you're doing. DCAT, and then you just basically said the same thing I did. That's why you never talk to the police. They will charge you with a crime. That's their job. That's what they get paid with our tax money. I'm just saying. Yeah, it's true. I try not to get bent out of shape about it. I try to think about it as wasting their time. If you're going to take their time up by sitting there and chit-chatting with them, don't be surprised when they arrest you. They're on the clock, and that's what they're paid to do. So if you don't feel like getting arrested or you're not in an emergency, don't bother talking to them. Because their job is to put people in jail. Pumpkin Jeff says it's just spicy. Yeah, the Diablo, it's alright. I was actually thinking about doing another one. It almost cleared my throat up. Life like you crack me up. I do shots of Wendy's chili sauce. It's delicious. I've only been to Wendy's like once. My sister worked there for like forever. For like a decade. Probably longer than a decade. And the day before my grandma died, or our grandma, I came down to town and stopped at Wendy's. And I had my other sister with me, our sister. And we pulled up to Wendy's. And I've never been there, but my little sister was with me. She's like, oh yeah, we're going in there. we're gonna go see so and so, and she'll hook us up with some free food. So we got some bacon burgers or something, and then we went and saw my grandma for the last time, and then the next day she died. I'll never forget. This is about the time I went to Wendy's. It was that experience. Mr. Binu, you can buy Taco Bell sauce in the store now. Wouldn't have to suck it out of the packets. I haven't seen Diablo sauce in the store. I have mild sauce. I have hot sauce. I don't think I have the fire. I haven't found it in the store yet. I like collecting the packets, though. You know what? I have this feeling that you guys don't realize. So hold on, I'll be right back. So if you didn't know, I keep the sauce on me, okay? It's like 20 pounds of sauce here. I stay saucy. I have 2 of these. I have 2 of these. And it's one of those things I always tell you guys on Saturday when I end the live, got to recharge your batteries. What I like to do is go spend a whole 9 doll hairs at Taco Bell and then have them throw a handful of Diablo sauce in the bag. Or sometimes they'll tell us to just dump the container in the bag. So we'll walk in, we'll place our order, we'll tell them we want some Diablo. And they'll say, how many is in the tin over there? We'll be like, this much. And they're like, all right, dump the tin in your bag and then bring us the tin. We'll fill it up. You could have half of that. So I'll dump a whole tin in my bag and then I'll dump half of the fresh tin in there and then I'll put the rest on the stand. And we'll do that every time we go there. And it makes me happy. And it only cost me 9 doll hairs. And then you get big old Supreme bags like this, so when the world ends and you gotta eat cat food, you're gonna eat it in style. So, yeah, it's a win-win, and it recharges my batteries. So, that's what I do to bring myself happiness on Saturday nights or Sundays, as long as I don't smoke a deer on the way home. That's all it is. That's all it is. So because that brings me joy, I wouldn't even buy the bottle if I did find some Diablo sauce at Walmart or whatever, because I just enjoy snaking packets like that. I just enjoy it too much. Mr. Binu, Jeff's cleaning out Taco Bell. There's actually like 3 or 4 Taco Bells near me, and when I think one's getting a little salty about how much Diablo I have, I just start kind of like hanging out at another one. It is what it is. Let's see. Life like, since I'm older than you, you must be my long lost little brother. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. RK, that's Jeff's bug out bag. It's part of it. My bug out bag does have a small Ziploc, like one of the little sandwich bags is full of Diablo. It's gonna be worth it. It'll be worth it because I'm gonna need some toilet paper. I might run out of ammo. I mean, I doubt it, but people are gonna want some Diablo sauce. I'm telling you, when you're eating Gerber baby food and you're eating cat food and dog chow because you can't find actual food, you're gonna want the Diablo. You're gonna want that. And I'm going to need to wipe my ass. So you come find me in the end of the world. I'll trade you some Diablo for some toilet paper. It'll be no big deal. I got you. Mr. Beansy Beans. It's on Amazon. Oh, you can get Diablo sauce on Amazon? We'll see. We'll see. I like going and snaking packets, but... And I'm not stealing them. I don't want you guys to think that. The employees know what's going on. They laugh. They laugh. They think it's funny. DJ Z, to be fair, also did that growing up with hot sauce. Yeah, yep. I keep a couple of milds with me every once in a while because the mild tastes like pico de gallo to me. So I'll take on the fire from some Diablo, and then throughout the journey of eating my 4 burritos that I normally get the chicken chipotle burritos. And now as I'm making my merry way through the list, I'll throw a little mild on there, give us some of that pico de gallo taste. Wood Chris. You can also hand them out on Halloween. I didn't even think of that. It's actually, I don't know that you can. And it may not be nationwide, but here in Michigan, if you give your child hot sauce, it's considered child abuse. I don't know if I ever told you guys that. That's a thing. That is a thing. Dad, she was saying she was 10 at the time. That is messed up. I didn't know about all that adult magazine stuff back in the 70s. That stuff is crazy. Salted Ragu says Snooks is hot. I think Snooks is busy right this second, actually. I think I just read a comment saying she was going to be right back. I'll let her know you said so, Salted Ragu. I'll let you know. I'll tell her. Here, Juicer. Jeff Mack is out here single-handedly ruining the free sauce at Taco Bell. I'm not being an asshole about it. I'm not in there like, whose sauce? Our sauce. I'm not doing that. They know. They enjoy it, okay? They're all standing around smoking meth on their breaks and stuff. I come in, we all have a good time. It's grand. I love it. Anyways, we're going to move forward. This next video is titled, it's a Peter Doocy video, and it's titled, "The Asshole in the White House Will Not Talk About This," because I can't call him the president for the third time. That was just burning me up. When the Orange Eagle called him the president, that didn't sit right with me. My nuggets contracted so much, my wiener almost turned inside out on its own. I couldn't believe that the Orange Eagle even said that during the last rally. When was it? Was it Wednesday? I think it was Wednesday. Maybe it was Wednesday. I think so. I don't know. But he said that, and I was like, yo, don't say that, Orange Eagle. He's a bastard. That's what he is. He's not the president. What are you talking about? Anyways, let's go ahead and get this started.
We begin this hour with the latest on the race for the White House. President Biden sounding confident when it comes to his re-election hopes. All
right, that's despite new polling that puts him behind former President Trump in a rematch.
So Peter Doocy is live at the White House with more. What is the president saying right now?
Well, what did he say?
Well, it's been interesting the last couple of weeks because President Biden does not talk a ton about Trump. But now that we are within a year of the general election day, we're getting this from a closed-door fundraiser. Since I took on Trump, we haven't stopped winning, and he hasn't stopped losing. But there are some prominent liberals who are not so sure.
The Biden-Harris coalition could be called the Humpty Dumpty coalition right now, just falling apart. Just falling apart. The Latino vote on the ground, the youth vote on the ground, the black vote on the ground. This is not good.
The Biden campaign's pushback reads like this. Despite the hair on fire, sky is falling tone we've seen from media coverage over the last few days, political predictions more than a year out tend to look a little different a year later. Joe Biden has been counted out time and again and proved pollsters and pundits wrong. The problem, though, is laid out in these New York Times polls. You look at Nevada, Trump's up 10. Georgia, Trump by 6. Arizona, Trump by 5. Michigan, Trump by 5. Pennsylvania, Trump by 4. The New York Times columnist Charles Blow is writing, "It is ridiculous to ask people to ignore the erosion of Biden's support among demographic groups that he must secure to win re-election. I sense a growing dissatisfaction with Biden, particularly among young minorities, and the war in Gaza is only making it worse." So I had a chance to ask President Biden about these terrible poll numbers. Why do you think it is that you're trailing Trump in all these swing state polls?
Because you don't read the polls out. There are 10 polls. 8 of them I'm beating him in those states. 8 of them. You guys only do 2. CNN and New York Times. Check it out. Check it out. We'll get you a copy of all those polls. Okay?
You don't believe you're trailing in battleground states?
No, I don't.
And true to his word, the president, about 2 hours later, through his team, got me a copy of those polls. They were all national polls, though, and 4 of them that show him either leading or tied with Trump are 3-way polls that give Biden the lead when RFK Jr. is also on the ballot, which may wind up being the big story here as the general election gets closer. Back to you.
So were you surprised he spoke to you? He came right over to you, number one. And number two, he almost expected the question. And I hear those polls weren't exactly the standard that Fox usually goes by, where we could use them on the air.
Those other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, so our polling unit, led by Dana Blanton, they have very specific standards for the polls that we can use. Just the way that they are conducted, who is polled, how many people they survey. And so 4 of the polls that the president's team got to us are not up to the Fox standards. They're just kind of things, you see them online, social media, not up to the Fox standards, but they do speak to the trend. And I'm not surprised that the president came over because he knows that he's got to talk about stuff like this. When we ask about it at the press briefing room, they say that they can't tell us anything political or about an election because of the Hatch Act. They don't want to talk about Donald Trump's legal problems, but at some point, we're within a year of the election, they've got to talk about Donald Trump if he's going to be the Republican nominee.
Well,
and so it's great that he came over. He seemed like he was in great spirits. And we hope there's more where that came from, because there will be more polls.
Well, Peter, he's not just going to have to deal with Cornel West and RFK, but now he has to deal with Jill Stein with the Green Party as well, which is going to take votes from him. Any reaction to that from the White House?
Well, the polls that they showed are basically showing that that those third-party candidates are also drawing support from Donald Trump. And so I think the folks here would say that it's just too soon to tell.
All right.
Peter.
It's good.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart.
Old man Walter. He can't stand Peter Ducey. Peter Ducey, he's got that baby weight. He's been sitting at the house with the baby. It's looking a little full right in here. That's what happens when you have kids. You start adding all this weight on. They think baby weight's only for the mom. Nah. Where do you think these bellers come from? Sitting around trying to survive the stress of having a kid. That's how it goes. Old man Walter wearing that red shirt when he was giving that speech that they kind of showed a clip on. I think it's a UAW shirt, but it has a huge black power fist space, okay? Black space, power fist, like design on the front of it. And I thought that was really weird, and I can't tell what it says on it. The videos that I've seen of it are not very clear, so I can't tell what it says. And I just look for images, and Brave's image thing on the browser is not very great. So I couldn't figure it out, but I think it's a UAW shirt because they were all just striking and whatever. But old man Walter, he really believes he's beaten Trump in 8 out of 10 polls. But all of the polls are nonsense. They're all nonsense. Here, look at the graph so I can convince you that we're right. But we construct the graph with nonsense numbers. It's just another day at the White House. That's how they get down. We're going to read through the chat really quick, and then I'm going to show you this video on virtual reality. I found it on TikTok a couple days ago, just to talk about where technology is and where I think it's going to go in the future. And then after that, we're going to do an unboxing. Hair juicer, the UAW, does use the fist a lot. That's what I think it is. I seen the design of the fist on the chest or whatever, the power fist, but when I just looked it up, there was like a UAW like circle design like where the shirt pocket would be. And so I assumed that he was, talking about unions and stuff. So I guess that's what it was. When I first seen it, I thought it was a BLM shirt, but I don't think so. I don't think that's what it was. And that old man Walter was installed like a toilet. Absolutely. Melissa, he chimed how he's from a UAW town and he got heckled. Yeah, I seen that he got heckled by people that care about the Middle East. Somebody yelled something at him about ceasefire in Gaza or something or other, and of course he just grinned his evil nasty grin and kind of chuckled a little bit. Zero, is it the fist that's a big art piece in Detroit? I have not seen that. Let's see if we can find it. Talking about this, I've never seen this before. I mean, it didn't really look like that. It looked more like that. Not sure. It didn't have the triangle around it, but it pretty much looked like that. All right, reading through really quick before we move forward. Talk about virtual reality. Well, mixed reality is what they're calling it. Doomsday Mike, if you can find it, tag me in it so I can check it out. What's up, Kevin? Kevin, I hope Jesus comes soon. I can't handle much more of this clown show. You just got to step away for a little bit. Things are always bad. I mean, really, and the way our brains work is we can always find something wrong with anything. And so when we get caught in the gravitational pull of the everyday news, we get stuck in a habit of just looking for when you see something good, you're like, it'll go bad eventually. Or you see opportunity and you're like, it probably won't come true. And you start becoming pessimistic. And you don't really realize it's setting in, but it's from too much news. Too much news. Because I feel you. I feel the same way sometimes. You gotta just step away and kind of let it go. Sometimes it's better to get around people who don't care about the news and just kind of hang out with them for a couple hours. Because when you go to make those political jokes and things that you kind of carry with you, they don't understand. So when I'm like, old man, crapping his pants like old man Walter, and they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, nothing, never mind. And nobody's picking it up, so the conversation never carries. And so therefore you're just kind of off-gassing. You're just letting out all that energy. And eventually you don't have any left because nobody's picking up what you're laying down, because nobody cares about politics except for you who carries the news with you, And I'm telling you, I go through it all the time. And so if you can find somebody that just doesn't give a shit about the news and then just talk with them for a few hours, it'll pull that weight off of you. Because like I said, there's always something wrong going on somewhere, and you can always see the glass is half empty. You got to step away from all of it for a little bit to get recalibrated and rebalanced. What's up, Speedy Girl? Happy freedom. Slide Dog, the three-way pull. I know. I didn't. They lost me when they got to that. I was like, I don't think mine does that. It doesn't work like that. Just reading through. Doomsday Mike, I'm prepped pretty well. I just don't want people to know. I just don't want people I know in real life to know. Yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of the hard thing too, is you spend a lot of time preparing and then you kind of want to show off, not in a braggadocious kind of way, but just being like, I'm doing this because I think it's a good idea, and you should do it too because I think it's a good idea. And then they're like, well, why would I do it if you've already done it? I'll just come take your shit when the world ends. And that kind of thought process kind of makes you cynical. Because then you're like, well, I told them where my stuff is, and now they might come and try and take it when the lights go off. So now I might have to shoot my friend. You start getting in these kind of mindsets. So yeah, don't tell people when you're getting your shit together. Just recommend that they do. But don't spill your own beans, because that's what happens. People just decide, well, I'm not going to prepare. You're prepared. I'll just come take your stuff, or I'll come camp with you. I'll come be a part of your little whole deal that you got going on. And now they're relying on you to provide resources to them, as if you calculated that in your preparation. So yeah, got to be mindful. Got to be mindful. Share the wealth of knowledge, but don't give yourself away. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm laying down. There's no need to gatekeep. But at the same time, you can't be wiping everybody's ass with your roll of toilet paper. So, just reading through. Non-GMO America cannot afford Bidenomics. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Lusk, did you hear about Old Man Walter's meeting with China in San Francisco? I did when I was setting up the live. Old Man Walter's meeting his boyfriend. I didn't know it was going to be in San Francisco. I thought he was going to China. But yeah, I seen that. James, I'm going to keep voting Trump as long as they're making him. Yep. That's how I think it's going to go. Because I keep wondering what's going to happen. Everybody's got their goals set so high on the Orange Eagle coming back. and saving all of us and, you know, making America great again and all this. And I believe he could. But what's going to happen after the 4 years? We'll be right back to this song and dance again. And he won't be able to run again because it'll be, you know, his second term. But there's a lot of people who are like, maybe Don will run. Maybe Eric will run. Maybe Ivanka will run. And so, could be. Could be. I figured DeSantis would just win in 2028. But now that they're calling him out for wearing high heels, I don't know. I don't know. The whole high heel thing, I think, really broke him this round. I mean, he wasn't going to win against Trump anyways. But I don't think he's beaten anybody now that he's been caught wearing high heels. Hair juicer, want food? You better hold the rifle when it's my turn to sleep. I'm saying, gotta work for it. Cassandra, it's a tough balancing act. It is. It is. I agree. Guess MJ, you can legally write in Trump. Yes. And I keep trying to tell people that because a lot of people are worried about, you know, the stupid blue team in every single state is trying to take Trump off the ballot. And people are really getting bent out of shape about it. Write his name in. If they do that shit, write his name in. Because they're trying to do it here in Michigan too. I'm not even getting bent out of shape. They're going to have more votes for a wrote-in name than ever before. They may not call it, but that's what's going to end up happening. So they can do whatever they want to do. But the people want what the people want. And if they deny us, like they did in 2020, I don't think it's going to slide. I think people are going to become chaotic. I think structure will break. Maybe not all the way. But I think a good portion of people are going to be like, enough's enough. Like, you ruined 2020 for us. You're not going to ruin 2024. And I think people are going to be upset. It's just my prediction. Just my prediction. DCAT. Just this whole country is going to hell in a handbasket. You have to be prepared you have to be prepared all the time. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so we're going to move on to this next one. This next one is about VR. They're referring to it as mixed reality. Let me see here. So I'm going to kind of explain what we're looking at here, because I don't think it's obvious right away, especially if you've never seen this kind of technology. So let me see if I can fast forward in the video so I can kind of point to... Okay. So on the right side, you can see the person with this white thing strapped to their face. That's considered the Oculus headset. And it is a virtual reality console. And so it has been out for a long time. The Oculus has been out for like 15 years or something. I remember when it was being crowdfunded. And now Facebook owns it. Facebook owns this technology now. I don't know if a lot of people know that. But this, I think, is the third version of this headset. And it has controllers and stuff. The original ones did, like 1 and 2, have controllers and you play virtual reality games. You got this headset on, you can't see anything. This new model has cameras or something that see out the other side, and they mix your actual surroundings into what you're experiencing in the virtual world. They're mixing it together, and it's called mixed reality. And I think it's really interesting, and I can see the good and bad in both of it, but we're going to watch this video first. Hopefully I just didn't give myself a sound, whatever, an audio flagging, Copyright flag. That's what I was trying to think of. So I'm not sure if you understand what you were just looking at, but let's see. So as you can see the monitor in his left hand, like he's watching a video, and with his right hand, he's pressing the elevator button. And these people are witnessing this. But as you can kind of see in this frame, that screen he's holding onto is not real. It's not really there. He's just a guy wearing this big goofy headset standing there like this outside of an elevator. Like he just obviously looks weird. Let's try and get to where we get into the elevator here. So as you can see in the background, he's just standing there by with nothing. He has nothing but the headset on. But he can see through the cameras the world around him, so he can navigate into the elevator without having to remove his headset. But then he can also see the digital screen that is a part of the virtual reality while still witnessing his surroundings. So it's mixing these two worlds together. And that's what's going on here. Let's see if I can, yeah, right there. On the right side, you can see him. He's just some asshole with a headset on. You can't tell who he is. So I've seen some pretty cool stuff with this. One being playing the piano. And I think that's so neat. Like, it's actually a reason that I actually kind of want to get it, is because you can sit down at a computer, a piano or a keyboard, and it will map the keys. And then it can play songs, and it's like a video game. It lights up the keys, and you can press them in real time because you can see the keyboard in front of you, but it's being lit up virtually. So you can learn to play the piano and get that muscle memory while using the headset. And I imagine there's a lot of things you could do, probably drawing and all kinds of artistic things you could learn with this mixed reality. But at the same time, we're in another position where they are blurring the lines of reality. They are psychologically affecting us to not really understand our physical environment. Same thing with like gender dysphoria and all this other stuff that's going on. They are trying to disrupt reality for us, to make us psychologically unstable because we're easier to control that way. And this is another form of technology that is going to dumb us down because of how it's being used. It has a lot of high potential, but of course it'll be used for the wrong things, to dumb us down and make us easier to control. I mean, it's very obvious. But I do like the learning aspect of it. Do I think all of our kids should be in school having one of these strapped to their head? No, I don't. But I do think that there is ways for personal use to be able to use this in an artistic way, to either learn or just simply enjoy yourself for a couple hours. But again, they're going to most likely put software and stuff in it that's going to dumb us down. Like, imagine ads. They're going to have ads right here flashed into your face. Like every time you watch a YouTube video, right? They play that 30 seconds of ads or whatever. That's right here on your face now. So I don't know. I think that we're going from watching kids stare at phones and iPads and ignore all the family and only absorb what's on that, to where we're strapping the iPad to their face now. And they'll just sit there like on South Park and just be like, you know, like a vegetable. You're just sitting there locked in. You're dialed in. There's old movies from like the 80s and 90s that show this kind of stuff. Actually, I think there's some from the early 2000s that are like this, where you're logged into this virtual reality, but you work there. You hang out there. You go out and have fun with your friends there. But in real life, everybody is just sitting in the house in these virtual reality pods, engaging on the internet and not actually doing anything in the real world. And you think of that, then you think of the self-driving cars in the 15-minute cities where we're all living, working, and existing in a high-rise. Well, you would think, well, what are we going to do? We're all going to unite. Not if we're all plugged in. It's just a whole bunch of apartments. All of us are sitting in a chair with a headset on, working digitally. Take the headset off, go down 2 floors, shop at the grocery store that's built into the building. And if you have to leave, you'll only be able to use an autonomous driving car that will only take you where destinations are located on the Google map inside. They're going to control us with this. And so, I don't know, I can see the good and bad in both of it. I'm going to read through the chat really quick. I'm surprised how fast time has been flying. But we're going to do an unboxing here in just a second. And I'm pretty excited about it. I'm actually going to play the video of me stalking the FedEx guy. And then we're going to do the unboxing. I'm not going to unbox the phone, but I'll show you the phone box and stuff. I don't want to drop it and mess with it and stuff because I have somewhere I have to go right after the live. And I won't be able to actually dig into the phone and do all that till like 10 o'clock tonight. But we're going to read through the chat really quick before we move forward. Cassandra, another device to detach kids from reality. Absolutely. And that's the big target too, because kids don't have an understanding of right and wrong. They don't have an understanding of how the world works. And to put this kind of technology on them so early on, and like you're trying to cook dinner and you're trying to do all this stuff, and you know the kids are yelling and beating each other, and you're like, go sit down somewhere and shut the hell up. And so then they strap up and you get an hour of relief where they're being quiet, but it's altering their development and how they perceive the world around us. And it's hard for us to observe it accurately because we already have that understanding of how the world works. And so you just assume the same thing is happening with your kid until one day they say something really crazy, or they do something really crazy, or they want to participate in something really crazy. And you're like, why is that coming from you? And your child goes, I saw it on the internet. I saw it on TikTok. You know what I mean? And it's no good. And it's all done by design. It's all strategy, and it just sucks. It sucks. Hair juicer, some of those videos are hilarious. Bunch of soldiers frying on acid, totally failing a recon exercise. Yeah, I've seen quite a few virtual reality videos that they're pretty funny. They're pretty funny. And saying the same thing. They did that with LSD experiments in the late 50s with some of our military. Yeah, because they were trying to develop MK Ultra. That's what they were doing. They were trying to break your mind so they could rebuild it the way that they wanted it to be. And I think we still see the effects of that today. I think they've probably perfected it, and that we just don't realize it. I think the people who are affected by it probably don't even realize it, like KJP. I wouldn't be surprised if she was shaped instead of naturally that way. 10 Man, the South Park version. Yeah. I love that episode. They call customer service. They're like, hey, I think something's wrong with the headset. The guy's like, yeah, you're stuck in virtual reality. He's, no, I'm in reality. No, you're not. And then they have to decipher if they're actually real or are they synthetic, and they can't remember because they've been in like virtual reality so long. That's why people think our life is a simulation. They think that we were born and we exist in a program, and that we are plugged in right now. We just don't even know it, because the existence around us follows suit. It engages with how we behave. The world is rendering around us in live, like real time. And this, like, experts out there say there's a 50-50 chance that this is all fake, that none of this is real, that we're actually already in virtual reality, but we're not going to realize it till we hit it with our own virtual reality. There's actually a Rick and Morty episode that's like this, where they have a car battery and the car battery breaks. So they go into the car battery and it's actually a whole universe inside. And the people inside are trying to figure out how to generate energy. And eventually they create their own car battery that is powered by another universe, a whole galaxy and all that. And it's like Inception and stuff. But people think that that's how our real life is. 50-50 chance, they say. Cassandra, I'd volunteer for that experiment. Well, we'll see what the future brings. Melissa, Jeff wanted to box the FedEx dude. I didn't want to. They wanted it. They wanted it. I just wanted my damn phone. That's all I wanted. Guess I'm unboxing the FedEx guy. Here we go again. No. He was actually really cool. I think that they probably played the recording for him because he was like overly nice. And I kind of look like a cop because I'm all blacked out and I got like American flags all over me and stuff. And so sometimes when people first see me, especially because I'm really serious looking and I'm kind of stern, and so when they see me, you see people like straighten up. Like when I walk into the gas station, you see people kind of like straighten up because first appearance, I think that they think I'm a cop. Obviously I'm not. I'm wearing jeans and boots, like, you know, tan boots and stuff. But I think on a first perception, they think I'm an officer or something like that. DCAT, welcome to the Matrix. That's what they're trying to do. You're all plugged in and plugged up. You'll have no life other than virtual reality. That is where they're trying to move us. How could we even fight back? How could we even fight back? If we live and work and exist using virtual reality, and the only time we unplug is to go to sleep, eat, and use the bathroom, take showers, our bodies would be weak. Just like people who are in a coma. You're not moving enough to actually develop muscle. Even if we could somehow unite, we would never be able to fight back against the government or any other kind of tyranny when necessary, because we would be too weak. We would be too weak, and we're right there. We're right there. So we're going to move forward because I'm already out of time. I should have left already, but we're going to get into this really quick. This unboxing. This is just for funsies because it is Freedom Friday, and I want to leave on a positive note. We will be playing the game later today, 6 p.m. Eastern time, unless this illness that I'm experiencing right now gets worse. If it gets worse, then I'm not going to put a headset on and have you guys listen to my voice at point blank range. But as of right now, 6 p.m. Eastern time, we will be live playing the game over on Kick, jeffmaclive.com, and Jeff Mac Gaming over on YouTube. You can find all of that on the link tree. Hopefully Snooks will post that in the chat. Otherwise, you can find the link tree link in the description. Definitely read everything in the description. Provide all those links and all that stuff. And I'm going to show you guys how my morning went. I literally sat in the car for 3 hours. What's up, hooligans? Sitting out here in the car, hour in. Just waiting for FedEx to pull up. So I don't trust them bastards. I'm gonna catch them as soon as he comes in the parking lot. They suck. They suck so bad. If they show up like they did yesterday, they would have been here about an hour ago. But according to their website, they weren't here till 10. Customer service said they were here at 8:30. Now that, on the website it said till 10. We're past the 8:30 point. We're at like almost 9:30. Probably another hour or so, baby. I don't know. But they got my $900 phone. And they're a bunch of bastards. Okay? They're a bunch of bastards. So I'm hunting FedEx drivers. Well, hooligans, it's 10:30. I'm still sitting here, just kind of waiting. Could bring my stuff, FedEx. Jeez. Oh. I can't stand FedEx. They suck so bad. Waste my whole morning. I could have taken a nap. This is ridiculous. It's 11 o'clock, but I got it. 3 hours. I sat in the car exactly 3 hours waiting for that FedEx guy. He wasn't going to miss me today. I even had people come check on me. My neighbors and stuff were like, hey, are you all right? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, I was out here like an hour ago and you were sitting here and I realized you're still sitting here. And I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. And they're like, are you sure? You need anything? You need help or anything? I was like, no. They're like, you feeling okay? Yeah, I'm not out here to off myself. I'd do that indoors so everybody would have to clean it up. Nope. Out here just waiting on the FedEx guy. And they're like, oh, okay. And so, 3 or 4 people came and checked on me. I was like, I am fine, okay? I'm hunting FedEx drivers. Leave me the hell alone, okay? I'm busy. I'm doing things. But the guy, I watched him pull in the parking lot, hopped out the car, started walking up, and the guy seen me out the corner of his eye and kind of stopped, which I understand. You're carrying packages. Somebody might come up and try and rob you. And so I was trying to be obvious that I was approaching him and stuff. And I did turn my phone on to record the interaction in case something bad happened. And I just put the phone in my pocket so there isn't anything to watch, and you'd be just listening to rustling and me and the driver having a positive conversation. But he was really nice, and he was like reassuring me, like he didn't intentionally try and pass me up yesterday and whatever. And he was like, if this happens again and I got to bring it to you again, and for whatever reason you don't answer the door, I'm just going to bring it to the local Dollar General and have them sign for it, and you can come get it from there. Do you want that? And I was like, yes, I do. And he was like, okay, we will do that next time. He was like, I don't want you to need your packages and stuff because I was told that you need this stuff for work, and I don't want any lawsuits or anything on my behalf. And I was like, no, it's fine. I just wanted my damn phone, and you brought it to me, and so we're good. We're good. And so this is what they brought me. And I want to give a huge shout out to Mr. Frizzy Fro for buying me my new phone. I know it doesn't look like much in the box. I'll show you guys an update tomorrow. This is a Xiaomi 12T Pro that is replacing my Xiaomi Poco X3 Pro that I've had for like the last 5 years. I have these phones because they're kind of made for gaming and stuff, so they have high processing and RAM and liquid cooling and all this stuff. So when I'm processing graphics, I'm editing videos, I'm cutting videos, I'm making designs, I'm creating t-shirts, I'm doing everything that you guys see every day. I don't have to worry about my phone taking a shit. And it's too hard to get all these programs on my computer because they want you to pay for everything when phones have all these free apps. And so I use my phone to do everything. And so now I have a replacement phone. And once again, I want to give a huge shout out to Mr. Frizzy Fro. Thank you so much for jumping through all the hoops to make sure I got the phone. We had technical difficulties and problems with the wish list and all that stuff. It was a big ordeal, but he made sure that I had the money to be able to go do it to replace the phone because it was important. So big shout out to you, Mr. Frizzy Fro. Thank you so much. We got more. Donna Sparks sent me this yesterday. I'm not sure if it's Harry Potter or if it's eagle wings or what. To me it looks like the golden snitch or whatever it's called from Harry Potter, but it's a fidget spinner because I can't help myself. I gotta fidget. But that's not all that's in here. There's actually another one in here. It's all blue. Oh, you almost can't see it. Look, it's like magic. It's like magic because my green screen. Thank you so much, Donna Sparks. I appreciate you. Help keeping me focused. I don't know if I'm ADHD or what, but I gotta do like 2 things at once or else I struggle. But she also sent this. I'm not gonna say sent to me because it's not for me. It's for Klaus Daniels. This is chirping cat toy balls. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's, oh, come on, lights. It's these little fuzzy things right here. They're cat toys. And I'm sure he's going to love it because he loves all his noisy toys that Donna Sparks sends him. Runs them until the batteries go dry. And then more catnip mouse than Klaus can devour in a day. I'm going to throw him one right now, actually, if I can get it out the pack. Meow, meow. Ooh. No, he's already on it. He brings it over here. I'll snatch him up so you hooligans can see him. I think that was it. I think that was the whole deal right there. Pretty sure. So with that being said, I'm going to drop this Linktree link to all of you hooligans. And we're going to read through the chat one last time. We're going to do a Pledge of Allegiance and we're going to wrap this up because I am late. And that's all the coffee I had for you hooligans today. Now, I don't want you guys to forget, tomorrow is Free Speech Saturday. So YouTube will not be around tomorrow. We will be live everywhere except for YouTube. We'll be live at the normal time, 1 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Also, post in the memes page on either the website or Gilded, and also post any sightings of Old Man Walter. If you spot Old Man Walter, post that image or video in the Where's Walter chat on either the website or Gilded. Tomorrow I'm going to go through it. I'm going to pick some of my favorite memes that I'm seeing, and I'm going to display whatever kind of Old Man Walter sightings that we have that we didn't cover last time. So go ahead and spot all that stuff. Get your screenshots, your pictures, your videos, whatever you find. Put that together and post it, and we'll make it a part of tomorrow's live for Free Speech Saturday. I was going to show it today, but there's a couple memes I have on my own from an incident that happened. Might have been that shooting that happened in Panama City against the protesters, but there's some pretty funny memes connected to it. Can't really show that while YouTube's watching. Can't be too funny while YouTube's watching. It's against community guidelines to be hilarious. And so we will show it tomorrow as a part of Free Speech Saturday. I'm going to read through chat real quick, and we're going to move forward. Click that Linktree link if you would like to make donations, join membership programs, purchase any awesome merch that we've been developing. You can find all of that on the Linktree, and it would greatly support the live and keep us running every day. What I ask is that you join Gilded, though. Go join Gilded. Gilded is free. It's currently the best way to receive notifications every time we go live, no matter where we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7, and we have a news board to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Gilded. And if you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. You can either just go buy a membership and just be in there like swimwear, or you can click that link at the top of the link tree and get a free week, no strings attached, to go check out all the cool stuff we have over on jeffmaclive.com. Our live streaming area is the very best. The video player is clearer than on any other platform. Our chat is more advanced and easier to use and worthwhile, far superior to all other chats on any platform we live stream on. So that alone is a great reason to be a part of the website. But we have a social media area for everyone to be connected. We have an advanced messaging system to be able to upload any and all media that's ever existed digitally. You can share that with your friends. You can message each other. We can have a group chat about it and all that stuff. We have lots of group chats and all that on the website. We have tons of stuff on the website, and I'm constantly adding more and optimizing it. So definitely go be a part of jeffmaclive.com. It is the home of the hooligans and the freest place you could hang out, because there ain't no big government over there. I own the database. We're going to read through really quick. We're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance, so we're going to wrap this up. What's up, Blue Collar? Happy Freedom. Appreciate you being here. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right now. It's been a hard month or so after I smoked that deer and trying to figure out car problems and all that stuff. It's going good now, though. Appreciate you being here. Hooligans crack me up, all the stuff you're saying. Melissa, the Jeff Mac lays in wait for the unsuspecting FedEx driver. Jeff is ready to pounce and tear the package from his unrelenting hands. English wildlife announcer voice. I can't go English. I'm terrible with accents. I can barely speak English. I'm picking up what you're laying down. D-Cat, are your neighbors meth heads all looking out the window? You know they're paranoid, don't you? Yeah, because they're all a bunch of pill heads. That's why they're wondering why I was sitting out in the parking lot. They thought I was snitching on them. Get some Jay. I swear you look like Nick Diaz. Wait, who is that? What? I don't know. Maybe. He's not as thin up top like I am. That's funny. Melissa, the local drug dealers didn't come out while Jeff was there. That's probably what it was. That's probably why they were checking on me so much. Happy Freedom Friday, Garlic Press. What's up, U-Town? What's up, Geezer Man? Happy Freedom. Hey, I appreciate you, Mr. Beansy Beans. I hope so, too. I don't like sounding like crap after doing all this yapping. I'll be yapping it up. I speak that Japanese, if you didn't know. Now, so I don't like when my voice is all gross and stuff, because I assume you guys can hear it more than I can. What's up, Raja? Appreciate you sliding through. Salty Ragu, did you tell the FedEx guy to sub? Nah, because I knew I'd be just going ham, and I didn't want him to get scared or anything. So I just let it go. He probably figured it out on his own, though. What's up, CB? Happy Freedom. Salty Ragu, Jeff's VR car broke down. Don't say that. Don't say that. The Subaru's finally running. All right, hooligans. Read through the chat. We're good to go. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Good to go. Well, I appreciate all of you hooligans being here. I am so late. I am 15 minutes late, running out the door. I gotta skedaddle. Like I said, we will be live 6 p.m. Eastern Time over on Kick, jeffmaclive.com, as well as Jeff Mac Gaming. If you would like to join Jeff Mac Gaming, you can scroll to the bottom of the link tree and find it there. We'll be live 6 p.m. Eastern time for a couple hours playing Fallout. We are starting Far Harbor today, so that'll be really neat. As far as I've been informed, Far Harbor is the best DLC for Fallout 4, so we'll be starting that today. It'd be a good time to go join up over on the gaming stuff, just to hang out, a couple hours to have fun and forget the troubles around us, forget that America's on fire right now, just for our own benefit. There's nothing wrong with, laying things down for a second, recharge your batteries, get a fresh breath of air, picking back up tomorrow. So that's what we're going to be doing, unless I get worse than I am right now. So I will let you guys know in Gilded and on jeffmaclive.com if things change, but as of right now, we'll be gaming at 6, and of course tomorrow we will be live at 1 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans, and tomorrow is Free Speech Saturday, so we're going to be live everywhere except for YouTube. That being, we will be live at Twitch, Kick, Odyssey, D Live, Rumble, jeffmaclive.com, as well as live on Twitter. So I will see all of you hooligans later, and if I don't, I'll hopefully see you guys tomorrow for Free Speech Saturday. It's going to be awesome. Big shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support. I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright. That's a wrap.